You might think you have choices, that when you pick a $10 t-shirt or a $15 pair of jeans, it's just you deciding what you like. But the truth? Almost every trend, every style, every cheap garment you see in stores, online, and on social media is controlled by just a handful of corporations. 3 companies, in particular, dominate the global fashion landscape, and they've built a system designed to manipulate what you buy, how you consume, and even how you think about clothes. Fast fashion isn't fashion. It's a machine designed for speed, for profit, and for control. And it runs on human labor, environmental destruction, and your addiction to trends. Let's start at the beginning. You walk into a store like Zara or H&M, or you scroll Shein on your phone. The options seem endless. Hundreds of dresses, shirts, jackets, shoes, all different colors, patterns, and sizes. You feel free. You feel in control. But it's an illusion. The same parent companies control what you're seeing across hundreds of brands. They're coordinating trends, copying designs, and setting the pace of what's in so that you keep buying week after week, month after month. Choice? Not really. Manipulation, yes. Now consider speed. You might have heard of the term fast fashion, but do you know just how fast it is? Zara, for example, can take a design from concept to store shelves in just 2 weeks. H&M isn't far behind. Shein, which relies heavily on algorithm-driven production, can release thousands of new items every single day. The logistics are staggering. Factories in Asia, centralized warehouses, shipping networks that move millions of garments across the globe, all perfectly timed so that your attention is captured and your wallet opens automatically. And the human cost? That's where the story gets ugly. Factory workers in countries like Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Cambodia work 12 to 14-hour days, often for less than $5 a day. Safety violations are common, and labor laws are weakly enforced. These workers produce thousands of garments a day, sewing items you'll wear once or twice before throwing them away. Each bargain you grab is literally made possible by exploitation on a massive scale. It gets worse when you factor in the environmental cost. The fashion industry is responsible for more pollution than international flights and shipping combined. Rivers are dyed with toxic chemicals, microplastics leak into the oceans, and landfills overflow with discarded garments. And the worst part? These companies don't pay these costs. They externalize them. That $10 t-shirt doesn't cover what it's actually costing the planet. You're paying a fraction of the real price, while the environment, and often local communities, absorb the rest. And the manipulation doesn't stop there. Marketing is engineered at a microscopic level. Social media algorithms, influencer partnerships, targeted ads, they aren't just selling clothes. They're selling urgency, fear of missing out, and a sense of status. Limited releases, flash sales, drops, everything is designed to make you panic buy. Every click, like, and wish list fuels the system. You are the engine of the fast fashion machine, whether you realize it or not. Now let's talk control. The top 3 companies, Inditex, owner of Zara, H&M, Group, and Shein, don't just dominate through marketing or production. They dominate through consolidation. Smaller brands get bought, copied, or crushed. Intellectual property laws are weakly enforced in some regions, meaning innovative small brands rarely survive. Even when you think you're supporting an independent label, it's often tied to the same corporate ecosystem. They're the puppeteers, and you're the audience. But this story isn't just about corporations or economics, it's about psychology. Fast fashion is engineered to exploit human behavior. We're wired to seek novelty. We're wired to compare ourselves to others. Fast fashion turns these instincts into a profit model. Each new collection, each trending TikTok outfit, triggers the same dopamine response your brain experiences from social media or gambling. And just like that, you're hooked. To truly understand the scale of the system, consider the numbers. Shein alone is estimated to release over 6,000 new items every day, each manufactured at breakneck speed in factories with minimal oversight. Inditex ships over 500 million garments a year, all coordinated through a network of suppliers, logistics centers, and stores that anticipate trends before they even appear in consumer consciousness. H&M moves nearly 4 billion items annually, targeting global markets with precision pricing and marketing. These aren't just numbers, they're evidence of a machine designed to manipulate billions of consumers. And then there's waste. Fast fashion isn't built to last. Garments are made from cheap materials, designed to wear out quickly. Consumers discard clothes after a few uses. Globally, 85% of textiles end up in landfills or are incinerated. That pile of old clothes isn't just clutter, it's the environmental footprint of corporate control. So why do we keep buying? Because they've trained us to believe cheap and disposable is normal. Because we've been convinced that we need endless variety to express our identity. Because we don't see the full cost, the human suffering, the environmental devastation, the market manipulation. But it's all there, hidden behind glossy stores, targeted ads, and trendy social media posts. What's the alternative? Real change requires awareness and action. Choosing slow fashion, buying secondhand, supporting local artisans, or simply buying less are ways to fight back. Each purchase outside the fast fashion cycle is a rebellion against a system designed to control you. Every piece of clothing you buy secondhand or make last for years is a vote against exploitation and environmental destruction. Fast fashion is a lens into how our modern world works. A handful of corporations controlling industries, shaping behavior, and externalizing costs. And just like in tech, media, or food, the illusion of choice is carefully curated, maintained, and sold to you as freedom. But awareness is the first step toward real choice. So next time you see a $10 dress, a $15 shirt, or a limited edition hoodie, ask yourself, who made this? What's the real cost? And who really benefits from my purchase? Because every item you buy is part of a system you didn't choose. But now at least, you can see it. The true cost of fast fashion isn't on the tag. It's on the people, the planet, and ultimately, on you. Because in a world dominated by 3 companies, your freedom to choose is an illusion. The question is, will you keep buying blindly? Or will you start demanding something different? Because when you understand the system, you see the truth. Cheap, disposable fashion is never free, and nothing in this machine exists without someone paying the price.